So this is quite interesting. So I'm in some Airbnb groups, and look, I cannot believe I just received an email from Airbnb telling me that my account is going to be suspended because I had a 1-star rating from a guest who was actually kicked out of my place by Airbnb because they did not follow the rules and were caught breaking rules on camera, and were pissed off because Airbnb cancelled their listing in the middle of their stay. So we knew they were going to be giving a terrible review, which they did. Airbnb does not remove stars, but they only remove the review. And I said, well, I want the review up still. I want the review still up there. I want the star removed, which they said we absolutely don't do. To me, if the 1-star is going to stay up there with the guest reason for it, definitely I want my review of the guest to stay up there, because that literally zeroes out why there's a 1-star. But Airbnb was like, nope, your account's going to be suspended because you have that 1-star. I've been a 5-star host for 8 years. Unbelievable. Crazy, huh? So look, this is a real opportunity for us to take chunks out of Airbnb. This is the beginning of Dtravel. There's been a massive shakeup in Dtravel. It's ongoing, and eventually it's going to come to final fruition very soon. And then we're going to have a marketing push of the ages. We have some real amazing application updates. It's going to bring in a lot of liquidity, a lot of capital. And honestly, I'm really hopeful and positive about possibly a Coinbase listing in the next few months, possibly sooner rather than later. I'm really optimistic about that. There's some changes that Dtravel have made which are lining up all of the stars to possibly make that happen. So I'm not saying it's going to happen, I don't know, but I have heard some kind of chatter and rumors that that's on the agenda. So I'm just kind of letting you guys know, like, this is the right time to buy. Yeah, this is the buying moment for TRVL. This is not the time to sell. You know, when you're looking at the charts, you're looking at where we are on the higher time frame, and people are thinking to themselves, shit, I missed the bottom. Dude, we're at the bottom. You haven't missed anything. Yeah. Okay, the absolute bottom, 0.05116. Okay, you missed the absolute bottom back in April. But this is the bottom. We're at the bottom. This whole thing is the bottom. Yeah. And when you're looking at that structure, this is the bottom. We're at the bottom, guys. You're still at the bottom. This is like the first month at the bottom. The month hasn't even ended. It's a green month. You're buying a green month at the bottom. This is the bottom. This is the right place and the right time to pick up some TRVL. This is the second one. I told you last week, that's a bullish engulfing week. This is the second green week. We have an increasing volume week. This is bullish. This is what you buy. You buy these candles. Yeah. You don't hesitate. You buy. And so honestly, if people are like looking at the chart and feeling scared, you shouldn't. We've got increasing volume, increasing prices at the bottom of a multi-year downward correction. Okay. With some really healthy price targets within reach in the context of this bull market. Yeah. In my mind, I'm looking at, I told you already, if you watch this video, I'm looking at 3.5 cents, 9 cents, and 17.5 cents. That's my three kind of price targets in the context of this bull market. 3.5 cents, 9 cents, and 17.5 cents. I think we possibly have what it takes to take us to 17.5 cents. That's really what's on my mind right now. I'm going to be doing my utmost when it comes to promoting Dtravel videos, marketing. I'm not getting paid. I'm just doing it for free. If TRVL goes up in price, that's my payday. And I want everyone to ride this train with me, you know, and I'm asking people to share, to like, to spread the words, to get people to look at TRVL. Don't panic at the downward move. Downward corrections, especially deep ones, are bullish. Yeah. Long corrections are bullish. That's the mindset. And right now, if you're coming into TRVL for the first time, you're coming into the lows of a multi-year downward correction. Dtravel are making some significant changes. That's why I'm back on board. Okay, that's why I'm here. Leadership changes, DAO changes, and significant updates, which is going to bring a massive amounts of revenue and capital into Dtravel, into TRVL. And on top of that, Bitcoin is at all-time highs and ETH is pumping. What else do you want? We've got